groupthink continues to gobble up Bitcoin like Joey Chestnut at a hot dog eating competition? Are the bulls getting a little too bullish? Or in fact, are we not even 1% as bullish as we should be? The baby bulls have busted big, fast, strong, and hard. But the crazy part is, the real bust hasn't even begun. As Bitcoin continues to essentially elevate itself $1,000 every day that these BlackRock inflows gobble up the Bitcoin, along with the Fidelity and 7 other Bitcoin spot ETFs, is the biggest bust actually just around the corner? And in fact, are we headed for the famed, the truly legendary God candle? So if you love tiny busts, big busts, medium busts, and every bust in between, hit that like, hit that subscribe, get signed up to Femex below if you want to buy Bitcoin, altcoins, or begin trading. And without any further ado, let's absolutely make billions upon billions of gainers. So let's absolutely jump in right now. You can see on this chart, Bitcoin has, again, on this daily chart, put in a new 52-week plus high, put in a new yearly high, and put in a high that we haven't seen, actually. If we go to the weekly chart and zoom back to the last time we were here was actually all the way back the very beginning of December of 2021. And let's jump into a few extremely big reasons why this bust hasn't even begun yet. Right here, you can see the supply of Bitcoin is more illiquid now than it was at the bear market bottom in 2022. 79, about 80%, 4/5 of Bitcoin has not moved in 6+ months, 6 months or longer. This is indicative of bullishness and often leads to price discovery. You can see here when the HODL wave, which is the coin, when the coin was active 6+ months ago, meaning people are holding their Bitcoin, what you can see here, this is when the market topped. You can see that if we zoom in right here. This correlates very strongly to basically the tops of the bull runs. And as you can see, we're actually seeing this still increase, guys. We have a long way to go. This bull market basically is just getting started. You can see Bitcoin now just broke a $1 trillion market cap again for the first time in a long time. Okay, this is massive. Just Bitcoin, its market cap is over $1 trillion for a single cryptocurrency. And MicroStrategy up nearly 50% this week, the largest Bitcoin development company, as Michael Saylor has now coined it, probably going to buy more Bitcoin and further bust us to Bustington. And Crypto Zombie highlighting that investors actually are dumping gold for Bitcoin. And this is absolutely ginormous, right? Spot Bitcoin ETFs were launched. Gold ETFs have an aggregate seen almost 2 billion outflows, net outflows, while Bitcoin ETFs have seen net inflows of almost 4 billion. So is this true? Are we actually seeing people divest from gold and invest in Bitcoin? Well, this is what the ETF aggregate flows seem to be indicating. Potentially people do recognize that Bitcoin is a better store of value, and maybe the gold bugs are switching to the better version of gold, which is Bitcoin. Bitcoin ETFs actually, again, today, on track for a record-breaking pace. BlackRock's ETF with over 325 million volume in just the first hour. Fidelity, 150 million. This is huge. Are we going to break another record today like we did yesterday? BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF is number 4 on the volume leaderboard. You can see just behind the Russell 2000, NASDAQ, and S&P. Are you kidding me? This is ginormous. Now, another post I want to highlight, British Howell talking about this, and he's been very in tune in talking about these ETFs, the multiples with the ETF, and how much gainers are going to be coming in to the Bitcoin space because of these ETFs. What he says here, right now is when BlackRock and Fidelity will start calling their clients to start selling them Bitcoin, meaning like selling them the idea of Bitcoin, like, hey, get invested. What they've accomplished in the first 5 weeks is massive. Fastest growing ETF in history, $6 billion of capital rotation inside of just a couple of weeks, just 5 weeks, and inflows, and all went off without a glitch, up 7% already from ETF approval day. Halving is only 60 days away, less than 60 days away. And, we're just getting started. BlackRock just got to 0.05% of an allocation. There is so much room to go up. It's absolutely mind-boggling here. This is one of the most astounding things I've ever seen. Yesterday, Outflow or flows for BlackRock's ETF, you can see here, 493 million. Gigantic, right? Higher than the highest. It's the highest that it's been since launch, right? Go all the way back. Very, very big, hugely successful. BlackRock's ETF is popping off, took in nearly $500 million all by itself yesterday, showing an unusually strong second wind for a new launch. It's now over $5 billion, which puts it in the top 7% of all ETFs by size. But this ETF has only been trading for 23 days, and it's already in the top 7% of all ETFs, period. This is, man, I mean, the word big just is not big enough. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF hits $5 billion in Bitcoin with over 100,000 Bitcoin stacked in just 23 trading days, and the number is growing. Here we see also that GBTC outflows are still declining, only sending 295 Bitcoin to Coinbase Premium, which is about 15 million today so far, the least so far. Another great day could be ahead of us. It's time for BlackRock's ETF to pass 500 million or $500 million in daily inflows just by itself. Bitcoin ETF net inflows hit a fresh high. If we zoom in, you can see that here on the 13th. You can see, wow, BlackRock bought a gargantuan amount of Bitcoin yesterday. Is this trend continue? Will this be the sixth day in a row where we have increasing massive amounts of buy pressure from BlackRock? Also, number of Bitcoin purchased today, so this was yesterday, the 13th, you can see that here, was over 10,000. Okay, it's absurd, so big. Will Clemente just highlighting that we were also right. It's not even funny. I mean, yeah, look at this, absolutely insane. We really were, but potentially we might be wrong in the sense that, you know, maybe we simply weren't bullish enough, right? I would love to be wrong if it means that I just simply wasn't bullish enough. But I mean, deep down, guys, everyone knows you simply can't be bullish enough, okay? Also, CNN talking about Bitcoin halving. We're getting close to retail FOMO, but we're nowhere close yet. The article is titled "Bitcoin Euphoria is Back as Investors Prepare for the Quadrennial Halving." I don't think we're anywhere close to euphoria. We're like just getting into, I mean, we're getting close to the all-time highs. My phone is not blowing up with relatives or, you know, cousins, whatever. I think that will come probably, again, I personally think it will be after all-time highs, maybe around 60, 65,000. But I mean, at this pace, we might be at 60, 65,000 by like next week. So maybe we are close to the biggest bust we ever seen. I mean, personally, yes, we clearly are. But Bitcoin Monger also highlighting the monthly RSI is bullish and suggests we are nowhere close to a macro top, which is also, I believe, very obvious. Bullish cross of EMAs and about to cross 70. Currently, we're at 68. The party has only begun. Strap in. Yeah, I believe we have so much more to go, and I actually want to highlight another chart that I have showing that. But here we have also, as we approach the Bitcoin halving, price is now caught up with the stock to flow chart. We zoom in. Things are ramping up, and I think they're about to ramp up much, much bigger. And another chart that I want to highlight, I talked about maybe like a month ago or a couple of weeks ago, this indicator, the ASO, on the total crypto market cap chart, which I also highlight. This is where I believe we will be ending up around this ballpark area over the next year, drifting up to about $10 trillion, $8 to $10 trillion, give or take, the entire crypto market cap, I believe, is where we're headed. With that being said, if we look at this chart, each one of these boxes and these blue and red lines, the ASO indicator, kind of indicates and dictates the beginning of a bull market and kind of how much time we have left. And as you can see, we have a lot of time left. We have a lot of time left. I think we're just getting started. The bullishness is not even a tiny, teensy-weensy fraction of the bullishness that we will see during this bull market. And this is just a chart that I like pulling out every once in a while to give us another indication of how much time we have left. And also, this halving is so exciting. We're getting so close to it. But currently, even on Bitcoin's weekly chart, if we zoom in here, very big. We're actually potentially negating completely this bearish MACD weekly momentum cross. In fact, you can see it has changed. I mean, such immense support below us. Look at this weekly candle. We still have over half of this weekly candle to go. Where are we going to end up? Because there's really not much resistance above us. This thing seems to be just floating to the upside. This is absolutely insane, guys. I mean, look at this chart. Like, if you really think about it, end of 2022, all the way down here. And just since then, we've really just been going up, okay? But now you can see when these spot ETFs were approved, right about here, I don't know, it looks like the beginning of a Giga send. Looks like the beginning of a God candle. You know, when will we see a candle, you know, maybe not this week, maybe this week. Are we going to see a candle like this, right? Just one of the largest candles of all time. Maybe like a 20-30% candle on the weekly. Absolutely bananas. Everything is aligning to where that's absolutely possible. On the daily chart for Bitcoin as well, look at this momentum on the daily really just picking up. Hey, of course, there will be a pullback at some point, but really, these pullbacks, I mean, you can be saying that, but like these pullbacks are just gobbled up. Just completely. Okay? It's like there's 100 people at a table that haven't eaten in 2 weeks, and somebody comes out with a piping hot plate of, you know, 1,000 hot dogs, a bunch of mac and cheese, maybe some chips, pizza, hot wings, and these people just they just can't help themselves, just start gobbling it all up. Well, that's what's happening to Bitcoin. It is being gobbled up. We're hungry, okay, and we need fed. And we're being fed. On the short-term chart as well, I mean, yeah, when will there be a pullback? I mean, the thing is, if we get a pullback, it's just going to be, I think, heavily accumulated. BlackRock is going to gobble it up, get cheaper Bitcoin. Today, actually, the SPX, the stock market, is honestly not doing horrible. It's really not doing good, though. And also, the DXY is, well, at least the last couple of days, and especially since the beginning of January, the beginning of 2024, we have been drifting up, and Bitcoin is pumping while the DXY is pumping. That's crazy. Bitcoin is pumping while the stock market is dumping. That's crazy. Okay. It's unprecedented. Is it decoupling? Is the Bitcoin spot ETF approval, all these massive inflows, will this be the catalyst that really initiates decoupling? Maybe. The crazy thing about this is that truly anything is possible right now. Anything is possible right now for Bitcoin. The sky is truly the limit right now. Now, again, keep in mind, I don't only like saying bullish things, but, you know, we'll probably get a dump at some point, but I just have a hard time believing, with less than 60 days until the halving, with the most institutional interest ever, period, the biggest institutional on-ramp ever, period, that is going to eclipse retail like nothing we've ever seen before. As I said a couple days ago, I think that the buying pressure that BlackRock's Bitcoin spot ETF is going to provide during this bull market, just that spot ETF, is going to be more buying pressure than basically every crypto bull run we've ever had combined. Do you understand, one, how big that is, how big of a statement that is? But then two, if that's actually true, do you understand how big that is? Okay. Look at me when I say this. It's not big. It's extremely big. And get signed up to Femex below if you want to buy Bitcoin, altcoins, or trade. I am actually going to leave about a 1.5 minute quick tutorial at the end of this video if you do want to watch and if you want to get signed up with Femex. It's very simple and easy. But without any further ado, that's it for me. In this video, I'm going to show you how to quickly, easily, and very bigly sign up with Femex if you're interested in buying Bitcoin, altcoins, or trading. So the first thing you want to do is head over to any of my videos and click the link in the description to Femex. Once there, all you have to do is put in an email, create a password, make sure you have the invitation code there because you can get extra bonuses for signing up and deposit bonuses as well when you use my link in the description, and create your account, and that's it. Once there, you can go to the top, buy crypto with this link here, one-click buy. You can deposit. You can buy with a credit card. You can see contract, spot. Say, for example, you just want to buy some Cardano. Come over here where it says spot. If you want to do a limit or a market order, pick the amount of USD you want to use and hit buy, and then it will be deposited into your account. If you come up to the top here, you can deposit and withdraw straight from this icon here. If you go to your account, you can see how much money you have in your spot account, your contract account, your margin account, and you can shift through those. You can transfer between all of those accounts very easily, and you can deposit just straight at the top from this icon here. So it really is super simple. If you've ever used any exchange It literally is as simple as any exchange you've ever used, basically. The fundamentals are you sign up in 30 seconds with an email, you create a password, then you either buy crypto through the exchange or you can deposit it in there. One of the benefits of doing that is then, say, for example, you have Bitcoin or USDT and you want to buy some altcoins that maybe you're not able to buy on other exchanges. You can then buy them through this exchange, however you want to do it. Trading, unlimited options, basically. Phemex is one of the best in the industry, been around for a while. It's just very intuitive, very easy. And overall, there's not really, it's not even much more complicated than that.